I'm from district Kishtwar. I did my schooling from Islamia Faridiyya Higher Secondary School, Kishtwar. I did BE in Electrical from Nashra Batool College of Engineering and Technology, Jammu. My hobbies are writing Urdu poetry, singing Kashmiri songs, listening to ghazals and local Kashmiri music, and cooking Kishtwari cuisines. This is my fourth time that I'll be facing interview in the State Civil Services examination. I'm married and I have 2 kids.
Are you working somewhere?
Yes, just preparing for this.
So what was your goal when you were in 10th or 12th class?
Sir, I always had civil services in mind, in the back of my mind.
Why you went for engineering?
Sir, because when I was studying in 12th class, these 2 professions, MBBS and engineering, they were considered to be the end of the world, sir. So I had to be graduate to be eligible for this State Civil Services examination. And side by side, I would get a professional degree also. So I went for
kind of a backup plan kept it for that.
Sorry, sir?
Engineering was your backup plan?
Sir, I had a professional degree side by side. I could have applied for that also, and I did apply for that. But some posts were advertised and then they were withdrawn. And there has been a process of privatization of PDD going on, so there hasn't been any advertisement since.
So you always wanted to work for government, like a government job, or?
Yes, sir, because we don't have much developed private sector in the state, sir.
Okay.
So
like, if I'll say that, what is your goal today?
Sir, to be a good person, first of all, to be a good person and to serve the society, to give back to the society. Sir.
Nashra, please tell me about 2 of your weaknesses.
My first main weakness that I consider is I'm very self-monitoring. I'm not satisfied with the. I'm not satisfied till I complete the work, and I'm satisfied that I have worked properly on something. So I consider it as a weakness, and to some extent, it is also a positive point because it makes me be more efficient in my work. And my other is I'm an introvert, ma'am. I have a problem communicating, but I'm working on it.
So you feel being introverted is a weakness? How can you make it your strength?
To get across to someone.
Mm-hmm. So to communicate
To communicate, there is a problem,
okay,
but I'm working on it.
So you get selected, for example. So do you think it will be a roadblock for your development professionally?
Like I said, I'm working on it, and I'm sure I will be able to overcome it. And I have been successful to a very great extent.
And how are you working on it?
By communicating with people, discussing. In the beginning, I was not able to talk to strangers, but now when I am in a room of people, I try to talk to people. I try to communicate.
Other steps have you done to overcome this?
For example, to gain some fluency in my speech, I use my. I record my voice. I try to read loudly. So these are some of the steps that I try to discuss with my family, some political matters or any societal matters. I try to discuss.
Okay. So you said you have 2 kids. Yes. How old are they?
My elder son is 9 years old and younger son is 7 years old.
Are they introvert as well?
I'm trying not to make them.
How will you make them?
It's no, like I said, I try to discuss with my family, and when I say family, I discuss with my kids also. Like I'm trying, they don't become like me. The weaknesses I have, I am trying not to. I'm trying that my kids don't have the same weaknesses.
Okay.
That's right. I include my family in discussions also. Okay.
So, Mrs. Nashra, you have public administration as optional, and you seem to be a promising candidate. Have you read about the recent case of Pooja Khedkar? So there was a controversy surrounding our selection. So you are a student of public administration. What is feudalistic attitude in bureaucracy? What is feudalistic attitude in bureaucracy?
Feudalistic.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand it.
Okay.
What is feudalism?
So, like some supremacy of some over others.
Yeah, you can. Okay, let's talk about something else. What's rule of law?
Rule of law is equality. No person should be above law, and law should treat everyone equally. Equal protection.
So, do you know who came this concept for the first time?
So it was A.B. Dice.
Excellent. So which is supreme, rule or law?
Law is rule of law.
In your opinion,
law is supreme, but law has to be equal for everyone. It has to be equally applicable to everyone.
Okay, so Urdu Shairi is your hobby. You write and read both, right?
I write mostly. So I don't have time to read much.
Okay,
I read some books.
Got it. So what has been the contribution of women in Urdu poetry?
Sir, there have been many women Urdu poets. Parveen Shakir is one of the poets. I don't know much about the Urdu poets. There is one from Kashmiri women also have been poets. For example, we have Lalder. She used to write Urdu poetry. So their contribution has been that they have been an inspiration for other women also, and they have been poetry has been a form of communication for them to communicate their problem, because like we see women were not in the past also and now also were not heard that much. So it was a form of communication for them.
So you mean to say it's a sort of vocation? It provides a platform where people can put forward the issues of women, their grievances, the discriminations they face.
Yes, it is a form. For example, they are not expressed to talk to someone; they can talk through their poetry.
Have you read Parveen Shakir's poetry?
Sir, I have read some of the works.
Okay, I'll recite one couplet if you can explain it for us. If that would be okay. Parveen Shakir ji.
सर पोइट्री पढ़ने से ज़्यादा मुझे पोइट्री सुनना पसंद है, लिसनिंग टू गज़ल्स. तो मेहदी हसन ने उनकी गाई थी बकू फैल गई बात शहनासाई की, उसने खुशबू की तरह मेरी वजीराई की.
तो अबाउट द डिस्क्रिमिनेशन फेस्ड बाय वुमेन, परवीन शाकिर वंस राइट्स, वो तो खुशबू है हवाओं में बिखर जाएगा, मसला फूल का है फूल किधर जाएगा. Can you explain this to us? In what context she tried to write this? This is basically, so just for the discussion and for the members, this is about the divorce, the stigma associated with the divorce of women. After divorce, man does not face problem. He easily moves on, he gets married, but there's that stigma associated with women. वो तो खुशबू है हवाओं में बिखर, मसला फूल का रहता है ना, फूल किधर जाए. So last question. Did you hear the Prime Minister's speech on Independence Day? We should be keeping tab of the current affairs. So, in that speech, he said that time has come that we must move from a communal uniform civil code to secular uniform civil code, quote unquote. These were his words. Yes. What's your opinion of implementing a uniform civil code across the country?
Sir, in my opinion, uniform civil code, like it is related to personal laws. So there has to be a balance between the right to profession of religion by the people and uniformification of the code. So in my opinion, if uniforms, first of all, there has to be proper analysis by expert committees and experts whether it is the right time. Uniform civil code has to come, but if it is the right time to bring it, and when the expert committee gives a green flag, I think there should be proper consultation with the stakeholders. There should be involvement of the leaders of the various religions, and it should not be brought in a knee jerk, sir. There should be gradual process of bringing it, and also I think that codification of the personal laws is the first step till the uniform civil code is brought in.
Suppose it is right time to take a decision.
Yes, sir.
Will you support secular code?
Sir, there are certain provisions of the personal laws which are interpreted as discriminatory. So, in order to rub off that discrimination from the society, there is a need.
For example,
so for example,
what you have in mind that there is something discriminatory in Muslim personal law?
For example, till the triple talaq case, the women, there was discrimination against women. Maintenance was not provided to women after divorce. Those were some provisions, and that was one case. In case of divorce, even today a debate is going on whether maintenance is to be provided for a fixed period or for a lifetime.
Marriage is a contract.
So,
once contract is over, what is the obligation of the parties? आप ये कह रहे हैं ना maintenance वगैरह. If it is a contract, they have agreed upon to certain conditions. Once that contract is over, then there is no obligation of the other party. How it is discriminated?
Sir, कोई भी contract जो है, it is signed on certain terms.
Under Muslim law, marriage perhaps is contract, isn't it?
जी sir.
दो तीन कंडीशंस आपको पूरी करनी है, द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज देयर, वंस दोज आर गॉन तो फिर क्या ऑब्लिगेशन रहती है? एनीवे चलिए आपकी ये, आप मुझे बताइए, यू हैव कम फ्रॉम किश्तवाड़, सूफियों का इलाका है ना, दो बड़े सेंट्स हैं, व्हाट इज योर आइडिया अबाउट सूफीज़म?
सर सूफीज़ का सोसाइटी के जो वेल बीइंग में है काफ़ी ज़्यादा रोल रहा है। जैसे आपने कहा कि वहाँ के काफ़ी, दो ही नहीं काफ़ी सारे सूफीज़ हैं,
नहीं दो तो मशहूर हैं,
हज़रत शाह फरीदुद्दीन बगदादी जैसे वो बगदाद से आए थे। तो किश्तवाड़ की जो हालत है उस वक्त बहुत क्राइम रेट बहुत ज़्यादा था, बहुत सारे यही जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन सोसाइटी में हुआ करती थी, उनके आने के बाद बहुत ज़्यादा जो है पॉजिटिव चेंजेस आई हैं, तो वो एक बहुत बड़ा रोल रहा है सूफीज़म का।
I am not talking about one particular saint. I am talking about the concept of Sufism. ये है, is it Islamic concept?
सूफीज़म में हमारे पास पोइट्री, म्यूजिक वगैरह, डांसेस वगैरह, मतलब इट वाज अ कॉमन पीपल के साथ कनेक्शन का, क्योंकि पहले होता था कि जो टॉप ये होते थे सोसाइटी के, सूफीज़म से पहले जो सोसाइटी के हायर लेवल्स के लोग होते थे उनकी ज़्यादा बातें सुनी जाती थी, लैंग्वेजेस उनकी ज़्यादातर चलती रहती थी, उन्हीं के वर्क्स जो भी थे जो आम आदमी था उनके पास पढ़ने के लिए, क्योंकि बुक्स उनके लैंग्वेजेस में ट्रांसलेटेड नहीं होती थी या वर्क्स नहीं होते थे। सूफीज़म एक हिसाब से कनेक्शन था उन कॉमन लोगों के साथ कनेक्ट होने के लिए, उन कॉमन लोगों का और गॉड के साथ कनेक्ट होने का एक मीडियम सर बन के।
Okay, so I have like few questions, then we'll finish the interview. One, you have done electrical engineering, so can you tell me like what is the like the contribution of Tesla to electricity, or the biggest contribution of Tesla?
सर टेस्ला एक वॉर ऑफ करंट्स टेस्ला का कंसेप्ट है, एसी और डीसी का जो कंसेप्ट है सर, डीसी और एसी के बीच में जो डिफरेंस है।
क्या डिफरेंस है
सर? एसी का डिफरेंस, एसी करंट जो है इट फ्लोज इन, इट चेंजेस इट्स डायरेक्शन पीरियडिकली, वेयर एज डीसी फ्लोज इन वन डायरेक्शन ओनली।
अगर आसान भाषा में समझाएं तो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस?
सर मेन जो अगर आसान भाषा में हम देखें, ट्रांसमिशन के इसमें आ जाता है प्रॉब्लम, एक डिफरेंस कि एसी जो इट इज़ ईजी टू बी ट्रांसमिटेड, क्योंकि उसमें जो है लॉसेज वो कम होता है एज कम्पेयर टू डीसी, प्लस एसी कैन बी स्टेप्ड अप एंड स्टेप डाउन। डीसी जो स्टेप अप और स्टेप डाउन नहीं की जा सकती, कि आपको जो वोल्टेज चाहिए वो नहीं मिल सकती है, इसलिए एसी का यूजेज अगर देखा जाए तो डीसी के मुकाबले में पहले तो ट्रांसमिशन ही एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज हो जाती है, और यूजेज भी एसी का है कि बड़े बड़े कामों के लिए किया जा सकता है, इंडस्ट्रियल पर्पजेस के लिए। डीसी का यूजेज छोटी सी चार्जिंग वगैरह के लिए डीसी का यूज होता है।
ओके, आप शायरी की बात भी कर रहे थे, तो सर ने कुछ कहूँगा कि इमोशनल लेवल पे पूछा, मैं थोड़ा टेक्निकली पूछना चाहूँगा that what is like when we talk about शायरी, what is रतीफ, काफिया एंड बहर?
सर कंसेप्ट है पर क्लियर इस वक्त क्लियर वर्ड्स में नहीं बोल पाऊंगी, मतलब वो डिस्टिंग्विश नहीं कर पाऊंगी सर।
डिस्टिंग्विश नहीं कर पाएंगे, ओके। हाउ मेनी बुक्स यू हैव रेड व्हिच वर नॉट इन योर सिलेबस?
सर ज़्यादा नहीं, टाइम नहीं था, आई हैड अ फैमिली टू टेक केयर ऑफ, साइड बाय साइड आई वाज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट एग्जामिनेशन, तो टाइम नहीं मिला कभी। तो मोस्टली पोइट्री जो है ये मेरा स्ट्रेस रिलीविंग।
स्कूल टाइम पे भी नहीं?
सर स्कूल जो ही सिलेबस का जो होता था सर, वहीं से पोइट्री में इंटरेस्ट शुरू हुआ। और जैसे मैंने कहा कि पोइट्री पढ़ने से ज़्यादा सुनना पसंद है सर।
ठीक है, सही।
जी मुझे बताइए, आपके डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कोई पावर प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है? कौन सा है?
ऑपरेशनल इस वक्त दूल हस्ती प्रोजेक्ट है हमारा।
अच्छा।
और अभी अंडर डेवलपमेंट पकड़ डूल प्रोजेक्ट है, कीडू क्वाड प्रोजेक्ट है, रेटली प्रोजेक्ट है।
रेटली चल रहा है अभी उसका?
रेटली प्रोजेक्ट,
हाँ रेटली
सर
प्रोजेक्ट
उसको थोड़ा जी नहीं, अभी
कैंसिल हो गया था ना बीच में।
ऑपरेशनल नहीं है सर अभी, उसका चल रहा था इंडस वाटर ट्रीटी जो उसके तहत ऑब्जेक्शन चल रही थी पाकिस्तान की तरफ से, उसकी वजह से अभी ऑपरेशनल